welcome back. So we've got Peter Olumuji. That's I think there's an adjustment there. O-L-U-M-U-J-I. That's Olumuji, right? O-L-U-M-U-J-I. So we'll note that. You're the Secretary of the Command and Control Center for the FCTA. So many don't know that there's a Command and Control Center here in the city. Yes, you were talking about security last time. And so there were questions as to, of course, before now, this quote, one chance syndrome, people entering the vehicle and then they're abducted by those who perpetrate nefarious activities. And so there is concern. You were concerned that that narrative, in fact, some were exaggerating it, put it on social media. So what is the latest in that scenario now?
Yes, when we talk about the one chance incidences that people have been reporting in the FCT, you realize that the FCT security agencies have made a lot of arrests of suspected one chance syndicate groups. And the way the social media has been informing the public about the insecurity in the FCT, it's not really the way it is presently. I have come across some people share some information to me, incidences that have occurred 5-10 years ago, and they are bringing it up now. Well, that's part of what the social media space have been provided. And I always tell them, I said, look, this information is not a recent information. FCT has its own security challenges. And the security agencies have been up and doing in ensuring that they curb it to the barest minimum. The FCT minister, Barrister Jensen Wike, have given a marching order to all security agencies in the FCT that they should ensure that the crime rate is reduced to the barest minimum. And on a daily basis, they've been doing their work. But when people bring up news of things that have happened 5-10 years ago, portraying it as if it's something that is recent, then it starts to create panic and fear in the heart and in the mind of residents. In fact, during the festive period, if you notice before the Christmas break up to the New Year, there has been a robust security patrol within the FCT metropolis and the subs. And there have not been any reported case of any major incident. You can talk about pickpockets and the rest, which is just minor case and is not also meant to be. Okay. But again, the agencies have been up and doing. Go to the parks, fund seekers are there in their numbers. And I tell people, if FCT is not secure the way it's being peddled on social media, then me and you will not be walking around the streets of Abuja today.
What about the response time for emergency services, emergency calls?
Yes, that is another thing that has become a source of concern, because most of the time, people do not call the security agencies timely. Why do I say this? The FCT Police Command have the police control room that they've shared out. The FCT call center under the minister's office also have the FCT call center numbers that have been shared out. And I personally have also done that to so many platforms I belong to. But I realized that once there's a security breach in anywhere, these same people I expect that have this, that should have saved this number and called the appropriate authority, will be falling back on me and be informing me. And I'll ask them, don't you have those numbers saved on your phone? They'll say, oh, sorry, I forgot to save it. And that is what affects the security response time.
Maybe we should give them number again so they can't say they forgot this time.
Yeah, it's on the open space, and I can also make you have it. Yes. Because once you have this number, it helps you immediately. An incident starts to occur within your vicinity. You put a call through, and they respond. But when you are waiting to link up with Mr. A or Mr. B, somebody called me at 2 a.m. some few days ago that there's a security threat within their vicinity. What if I was fast asleep and I did not pick my call? What happened? And this is the same person that I personally gave this emergencies number to.
Any 3-digit number?
Well, we have 112, which is the federal number, but I'm talking about for the FCT, which the FCT call center is working on to have.
That's the longer ones.
Yes, the maybe number, and it's so free.
The current number now, what's it?
Yes, I have it. I will have to bring it out from my phone.
Bring it out.
Yes.
While you're bringing it out, there's this other thing we heard about at one time. The FCT was supposed to be covered with CCTV cameras, and that would help to ensure security. Are those CCTV cameras installed and working?
Presently, you know, the CCTV camera issue is meant to be in two phases. The administration are supposed to install them in some sensitive places. Then the residents, the business community, you are meant to have this installed in your business premises also. Because most of the time when incidences occur, aside the ones that the administration have in the public domain, those ones you have within your own premises also is a better avenue for you to see what has occurred, and even for investigative purposes, it helps the investigator. But most of the time, we wait until the government do that. Even in our homes, in your sitting room, there are very, very cheap CCTV camera you can install there in your environment that will monitor whatever is going on within your vicinity. And this aids investigation whenever there's a threat to lives and property. So the FCT administration has mandated that business premises, shopping malls, and the rest to go back and ensure that they install this, while the administration is working on having it in some key locations within the federal capital.
Okay, so we'll get that number, and then hopefully they'll be able to remember some of them. Just give us one or two of them.
I will do that now. Because we have the police, let me give you the police call center. Yeah. That's the hotline. Because these are numbers that aid a quick response at every point in time. Okay, for the police emergency number, you have 080-3200-3913. I repeat, 080-3200-3913. Another one, 080-6158-1938.
All right.
Yes.
So what are you doing about street urchins?
The administration presently have been clamping down on all illegalities within the city center. Like the Command and Control Center, which provides security to the relevant SDAs, the VIO, the Abuja Environmental Protection Board, the Development Control, the SDS, have been on a daily basis to ensuring that nuisances within the city center are cleared. And it's a sustained operation. But again, we also want to tell the residents of FCT to play their own parts. We must not allow illegality to strive when we blame the government and we are not doing the right thing. Just like you saw what happened, the video you just showed the governor. There's a law in Lagos State that commercial motorcycles should not ply certain routes, and they are disobeying it. Just in the FCT too, commercial motorcycles, popularly called Okada, are not meant to ply some certain routes, and they are disobeying. So there's a major clampdown on all this to ensuring that Abuja is neat and secured and safe for the residents.
All right, so I think we can anchor at that point, but much later we'll get back to you when there are some other matters to look into. So the hotlines are there for you on the screen. You can always get any one of them, get through to the agencies there if you have any emergency or any concern whatsoever. So have those there. And then the CCTVs, he says, well, so wait, it's mandatory now?
It's mandatory. Every premises, either business premises or private residence, you must install a CCTV camera. And the good thing about it is that you have this solar type. That is very cheap. You don't need the power. You just install it there, and it's working. And through your phone, you could monitor your premises anywhere in the world.
All right, fantastic. So thank you for coming on, Peter Olumuji, Secretary, Command and Control Center for the FCTA. All right, so let's take a look at some messages before we go. This is from Namani Edwin. He says, Prof should understand that politics is a local contest for those with grassroots base. You certainly do not have a stronghold of Edo grassroots politics. That's Ambassador Martin Uhomobi. That's his man for name.
And I have this one from Olagunju Oladile, and it says, guns don't kill people, people do. Looking at mass shootings / killings committed in Nigeria, the usual victims are people in the rural areas where there is low access to emergency response time and low educational impact, meaning we have failed to protect them. Olagunju Oladile.
Well, this one is from T.A. Abdullahi, who says, we've seen movement that surpassed that of Obi in Nigeria, and that was the Abiola MKO presidential movement, and that, of course, was in 1992-93, before the June 12 elections. Well, that's the show today, Sunrise Daily. Another episode comes again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Thank you for the privilege of being a part of your morning. I'm Ayo Makinde. Have a wonderful and productive day.
And I'm Nelt. I like the way Ayo calls his name. Ayo Makinde. Interesting. I'm Nelt. Go out there and be the best of you and have a fantastic day.
Well, you can borrow it if you want. So, I'm Chamberlain, so goodbye.